Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today's video is going to be a chatty get ready with me. I'm going to be answering some questions you guys sent me on Instagram, and I have been wanting to do a colorful eye look on this channel for a while because I've really been into playing with colorful eyeshadow and I've gotten a lot of requests for it. So I asked you guys on Instagram this morning if you wanted to see purple, yellows and oranges, or pink, and most of the votes were for purple. So we're gonna do purple, which is exciting because I think that purple goes really well with brunette hair. Catch me saying that all the time. And yeah, I'm just gonna talk through some things. I have some new makeup to play with, and it's just gonna be a good old like hangout session. So grab a snack, grab a tea, grab a glass of wine, whatever time of day it is for you. Let's just get into it. Starting off with SPF, which is also my primer, the Unseen Sunscreen from Supergoop. Love this so much. I just popped a pimple this morning. Probably shouldn't have done that. I really love how easy it is to make sure I wear sunscreen every day with that product. And then for my foundation today, I looked at my last Get Ready With Me, so if you're looking for something a little bit more neutral, toned down, then go check out my last one. I'll link it down below. But I used the Too Faced Born This Way in that, and I kind of want to use my Nars one. Those are like my two favorite. I've also really been enjoying the Fenty Ease Drops. These are amazing, but this is a little bit lighter coverage than what I prefer when I'm doing something a little bit more colorful. So I think I'm gonna just use my Nars Radiant Longwear. I also kind of think it's important to tell you guys what I use for my skincare routine. So I just washed my face this morning, and then I used the Belief Aqua Bomb Brightening Vitamin C Cream. Super excited to be trying this out, and it's basically a moisturizer and vitamin C in one, which is really great. So you only need the one step. Of course, you want to follow up with sunscreen, as I already did. But yeah, I've been trying this out, and it smells like Fruit Loops. It smells so good. I really, really like it so far. But yeah, testing that out. Now I'm just going in with the Becca Under Eye Brightening. I don't actually know what this is called. Under Eye Brightening Corrector. That's what I'm doing. P.S. My foundation is in the shade L5, and I wanted to tell you guys, if you don't follow me on Instagram, you wouldn't have seen, but I got soft light laser on my upper lip. So basically, I wasn't able to get a laser hair removal because my hair on my upper lip isn't like dark enough, and so the laser wouldn't have picked it up for a more permanent result. But I was able to do the soft light, which is so cool. It kind of just like completely gets rid of all the pigment in your hair, and so it turns everything white, which I've never had that happen. And it's obviously, like I said, not as permanent. It can last like 1 to 3 months, so it's my first time doing it, so I'll see how long it lasts. But so far so good. Like, I definitely have some hair growth, and I normally just like remove it with a flawless little kind of shaver thing, but with this it can grow in white, and I'm like not worried about it. I'm not like constantly having to get rid of it. So kind of cool, kind of a nice option. A lot of people get the same treatment on their arms if you have like super hairy arms or legs for the summer and you just kind of want to remove the pigment. I think it's kind of a really great option. I get all of my treatments like that at Low Heat Laser here in Vancouver. I mean, it's like outside of Vancouver, but that's where I got my cool sculpting done. That's where I get my Clear and Brilliant treatments. I've done laser hair removal on my underarms. That's where I go for most of my stuff. And if you're local to Vancouver, you can mention my name for 20% off, I believe. But yeah, just wanted to mention that because I thought that was kind of cool, and it's definitely been an area of insecurity, and for the summer it's just like really, really annoying to constantly having to get rid of it or noticing it. I don't know if you guys feel the same, but yeah. Going in with my Tarte Shape Tape now. This is Light Sand, using this under my eyes. And when you're doing colorful eye looks or even things with glitter, some people prefer to do the eyes first and then the foundation after. For me, I don't always like that. Yes, there can still be some fallout, but for me, I like having the like clear canvas, if that makes sense, to then go ahead and layer on. Also because I use concealer and foundation as kind of like an eye primer. So yeah, personal preference. If you're doing a super, super glittery look, you can do that first and then foundation after, or hold like a tissue underneath, but this is just the way I do it. Because the focus is going to be on the eyes, I am going to go in with this Nars eyeshadow primer and just do that step now so it has time to like soak in. I don't know if that's important or not, but it seems like the right move. Okay, we've got our base done. Now I'm going to go on to eyebrows. I really like this Total Temptation eyebrow thing from Maybelline. I don't know if these were limited edition, but the color of this is really great for my brow color. So yeah, I don't know. I switch back and forth between eyebrow stuff like all the time. I use something new pretty much every single day, but this week this is what I'm using. The first question is, worst fight you and Cody got into in recent times? I don't think Cody and I have gotten into a big fight recently. We have little tiffs and arguments kind of a lot, but it's all like really minuscule. Nothing where we're like not talking to each other or anything like that. We solve things pretty quickly, or we move on really quickly from it. So nothing like catastrophic, if that makes sense. Like so much so that I can't even think of what that might even be. Also, PS, I asked you guys to ask me questions I've never answered before, because I feel like in Q&As I get a lot of the same questions and I feel like I'm answering the same ones in every video that I do this, and so I'm gonna try my best to answer ones that I've never answered on the internet. So I don't think I've ever answered this. I might have a long time ago, but the next question is, are you religious at all? And not really, but I wouldn't say not at all, if that makes sense. I was baptized High Anglican, but I've only ever really been inside a church like a few times, like very few times. I don't really know a lot about it. I do have a lot of Christian friends, and so I learn different things from them and stuff, and I do talk to a higher power, if that makes sense. So I'm like, I'm not fully religious, but I'm not religious, and I think that's the best way to put it. I should mention this. I'm using the Anastasia Brow Freeze. This is a newer product for me, and before that, when I wanted super laminated brows, I was using the Got2b glue spiking gel. I found that that one was leaving a bit of residue, so that's why I wanted to try out the Brow Freeze, and I do really like it. I find it really easy to apply. I don't know if it's as long wearing or as long holding as the other ones, but I do like the way that I need a very little bit of this to kind of sculpt my brows. Game over if I'm trying to put a shirt over my head, because all my brows just like go down. So it's one of those like last step kind of things, and then I'm doing it right now. But yeah, I do really like it. I don't know, it's totally personal preference on how much you want to spend, because I think this is like 30 bucks and Got2b is like $2 in the travel section. So totally up to you. So I think I'm going to do the eyes next, and then we'll come back to do the rest of the face. So the main purple I'm going to be using today is Urban Decay Asphyxia. However, this shadow is actually discontinued. I did, however, find a dupe through MAC, so I'll link that one down below. It's really pretty. It might pull a little bit more purple, but I think it depends on your skin tone as well. But yeah, that's the color I'm going to be using today. And then to go with purple, I'm going to use my Tartelette Palette, which is purple, but busted, like well used, well loved. I'm going to start off with the shade Free Spirit and put that all over my lid. If you're someone that likes to wear a lot of black or neutral colors, or just, you know, not super into the like really bright clothing trend that's happening right now, I feel like colorful eyeshadow or just colorful makeup in general, whether it be like subtle or all over the lid or whatever it is, like I feel like that's a really fun way to still incorporate color into your look that's like changeable and stuff. And especially if you do like to wear black, I feel like it's kind of like a statement, and I've really been enjoying that, and that's kind of where I've been bringing in my pops of color lately. Now I'm going to take a big blending brush and use the shade Natural Beauty. It's kind of has like a purple tone, but I'm going to blend that into my crease. The next question is, are there any canceled influencers you still secretly keep up with? I don't really keep up with canceled YouTubers in general. Like, I'm not really one to like watch the drama channels, or like I don't even know what that means really. I've obviously heard certain things and keep up with some recent YouTube news and stuff like that, but there's no one really that I can think of that I'm like, they're canceled, but I keep up with them. I don't know. I have the people that I love watching their content, and it's kind of been the same for the past 5 years. I watch like all the same people, and I've actually looked at my demographics or like my analytics on YouTube, and all of you guys watch pretty much all the same people too, which is really funny. So yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. Someone said that they think I would be a phenomenal pole dancer, and I think that that's a really nice compliment. However, I have absolutely no upper body strength, and those people are mega strong. Like, I actually couldn't even fathom trying to gain muscles to do such a thing, especially in pleasers. Like, I would fall many times. Like Bambi, that's pretty much what I picture. I'm like that already in my heels when I'm dancing, if I haven't danced in them in a long time. So yeah, pleasers and pole, I'm not quite there yet. I'm blending this into the crease now instead of after, just because I want the other color to be a bit more vibrant, and I want it to kind of blend seamlessly into this. I can't remember if this is what I did last time, but we're just gonna go with it. Okay, now on a flat shader brush, I'm gonna take the purple shade and just kind of pack it on, focusing it mainly on the lid. Also too, if you're working with a shadow that doesn't seem to have a ton of pigment, you can always spray it. And I'm taking this color quite high up because I just I want it to be an overwhelming amount of purple, if that makes sense. I'm still kind of keeping it nice and clean though, even though I am using just like a flat shader brush. I'm kind of keeping it more rounded and just really packing it on to the lid. Next question is, what was your first job? Technically, my first job was probably babysitting. First real job, like working with the public, was Cineplex, so movie theater. Baggy t-shirt and sweatpants or cute dress type of person? I would instinctively say cute dress. However, after this past year, I could go either. It really depends on my mood. I don't wear sweatpants out too much. Now that we have very purple eyelids, I do notice a bit of fallout, so I'm just gonna take a little brush and sweep it away. I'm also gonna take that blending brush and now gently sweep it back and forth over kind of both of the colors to blend them. And taking your beauty sponge, you can just kind of press the leftover product that you have on that to kind of sharpen up the edges. I find that that's just the quickest way. Easy, takes 2 seconds. For a quick brow bone highlight, I'm going back into that Free Spirit matte kind of cream color and just using that as my highlight up here. Really subtle, nothing too crazy. I might add like highlight there later, but this is good for now. Now that I feel the purple's in a really good spot, everything's blended nicely, you can obviously stop here, but I want to actually dampen my brush, the same one I used, with some Fix Plus and put that into the color. I just find that this helps really concentrate the color, but I'm only going to focus this on my eyelid. Kind of just brings a little bit more sheen to the look and just, like I said, concentrates it and makes it a bit more opaque. Now I might regret this, but I kind of want to do, I could do the lighter pink. So I have this YSL palette that has a really fun yellow and pink, and I've used both of these shadows before. They're really beautiful. Last time I did purple, I did yellow underneath and I didn't totally love it. So I kind of want to use this lighter pink shade versus this one. So let's see how that goes. I really like it because it's a subtle hint of color, but it really complements the purple. The next question is so good. It's what's my favorite swear word? And I would say the actual thing, but I don't want to get demonetized, so the F word is definitely my favorite, and I probably use it too much. Fave pizza topping. I'm controversial. I would say pineapple, but our go-to is like a barbecue chicken pizza with red peppers and pineapple, and yeah, no, that's it. That's kind of combining Cody and I's favorite pizza into one, so we only have to order one. His is barbecue chicken, mine's Hawaiian. Match made in heaven. Okay, so you could totally stop here. The eyes look so good and they're very vibrant, but like still subtle. They're not like too colorful, if that makes sense. I feel like the purple is just like, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I feel like it's a pretty wearable color. I, however, would like to add some glitter. So I have these Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Liners. These are amazing for adding a little bit of glitter or a lot. It's just really convenient and easy to use. And I think, I can't tell what color. This one is Grind and this one is Studio, but I think Studio would probably be the move. And I'm going to concentrate this just, here's hoping, on the middle part of my lid, like a very little amount. I decided I wanted a little bit more glitter, so I'm just kind of lightly placing that in other areas, just focusing on the eyelid, just enough that when my eye moves, it kind of catches the light a bit. I've also decided I want more pink in this look, so I am going to take the darker shade in here, and I think I just want to take it on this really little brush that I have here and just kind of focus that on the outside, kind of creating more of like an ombre underneath my eye. I don't want to run it the whole way, but kind of concentrate it on the outside. And now is the time to really pull this look all together by applying eyeliner and lashes. So I think I'm going to do this off camera. You guys have seen me apply lashes and liner many times, so I'll check back in when it's all done. Lashes are now on. If there was any glue showing, I just went in with an eyeliner and touched that up. I'm going to apply a little bit of mascara to blend the falsies with my regular lashes. Not too much though, because this is a fresh pair, but I find that it helps so much to blend them. I think this was a really good lash to pick because they are very wispy and long, but they're not too like dense or thick that you can't see the eyeshadow through them, so I think that was a good choice on my end. The mascara I'm using is the Lancome Lash Idole. This is a great separating mascara, so that's why I chose it to kind of blend my lashes, and I'm also going to apply that on my lower lash line. And I take my eyelash curler, do a quick little press of them together. there we go. Eyes are done. Now it's time to really pull this look together and add some color back into my face. So for bronzer, I think I'm going to use this one from Nars. It's the Casino Sunkissed Bronzing Cream. I think there's only 2 shades, which is kind of shit, so hopefully they do bring out more. But it's a really, really great bronzer, and I like a cream product for the summertime, so I'm going to just do a little bit of this on the contour and blend it out. Someone asked what my favorite candle scent is, and I'd have to say Pumpkin Chai from Nest is probably my favorite candle slash scent, hands down. I also really like Peony and Blush Suede from Jo Malone, although I've never lit that candle. I do own it though. Was your childhood full of laughter because your dad works as a clown? Absolutely. I had a really wonderful childhood and definitely a lot of laughter. And it's definitely one of those things that you never think that your parents are funny, but everyone else does, and it was almost just heightened because that was my dad's job. But I give him credit now, so that's all that matters. Now the bronzer's done. For blush, I was originally going to use the Nude Sticks Nudies Matte in Picante. If you guys don't know, this is the collaboration that Alana did, and I really like this color. I was kind of late to getting it, but I tried it out a couple days ago and it's so beautiful, but I think that adding an orange blush to this might just be a little bit too much, so I'm gonna put that on hold. However, do recommend, beautiful. And I want to try out these new Gen Nude Bronzer products from Bare Minerals. This one is Kiss of Rose, and I think this is the one I'm going to use. They are kind of like shimmery, so they're meant to be a bronzer. So it's a bronzer and a blush. That's very hard to say, but it definitely pulls a little bit more blush-like from the tone of it. Obviously, if you're doing like a more minimal look, I think that this could work as both like a bronzer and a blush, but today I'm gonna mostly use it as a blush and kind of focus it up here. Ooh, okay, it's quite pigmented actually. I should have used a different brush. Definitely pulls a little bit more pink than bronze, which is okay, I think, for this look. I like a lot of blush, so I'm just kind of loading it up, going on my nose. Kind of the trend right now is to just have blush kind of all over the front of your face, kind of like a sunburn, which I'm definitely into the look of not actually having a sunburn. And this would be really cute if you added some faux freckles, but I did that yesterday, so I don't think I'm gonna do that today. And for highlighter, I don't know. For my highlight, I'm gonna use one of my all-time favorite products for the summer. This is from Guerlain, and this is their Terracotta Gold Skin Stick Illuminizer. I love this product so much. It's so easy to use, and this is like a true gold, so I'm just gonna press that kind of on my skin and then blend it out, or tap it out rather, with my finger. Very, very pretty. Any like stick highlighters I just feel like are so easy to add on top of, honestly, bare skin too, if you're like going to the beach but you still want to like have a little bit of a glow to you. This is great to just like bring on the go. Glow on the go. There you go. Too good. I think I want to add a little bit more highlight, so I'm going to go in with Champagne Pop, and I'm going to actually use that as my inner corner highlight. Brighten things up a little, and maybe a little bit on my brow bone. It's a lot of sparkle going on, so keeping it pretty minimal. And then I will take this on my cheeks, just like a light hand, and my nose. I feel like I've been really bad about answering questions in this video, so as I apply my Charlotte Tilbury lip liner here, I'm going to answer this question. Have you had people in your life that you know gossip about you when you started YouTube? 100%. I don't really know what they thought of it necessarily, but I definitely know people talked about it when I was first starting, because I started in high school, so I can only imagine. I didn't really care because I was having so much fun making the videos, and I actually didn't tell people. It's so hard to talk and put on lip liner. Why did I choose this question now? I didn't actually tell a lot of people within probably the first year of me starting. I think I was in grade 11 or 12. I can't quite remember, but it took me a long time to even tell like my closest friends. But I mean, I feel like that's kind of just something that naturally happens in life, as people talk about you or talk about the things you're doing probably without you present. So sorry, I don't have a better answer for that. Next question is, how do you make new friends? I'm struggling, and I just wanted to say I'm sorry you're struggling with this, because it can be really difficult and hard to make new friends as an adult, whether you're going to college, starting a new job, moving to a new city. There's so many different factors, and it's just not as easy as it was when we were kids. For me personally, I found a lot of great friends and a sense of community in dance, and as you guys know, I work for myself, I work from home, so I don't have an office environment to kind of make new friends at, which is probably my #1 recommendation, is just kind of reach out to people you work with. If you enjoy their, you know, vibe, I guess, that you get at work. It might be a little bit different now with things being virtual and stuff, but I definitely say like reach out to them and just kind of say yes to more things. Go to workout classes, find what you're passionate and what your hobbies are, and kind of lean into that. And I bet you will find amazing friends within that circle, because you guys can bond over that creativity or whatever it is, like your love for that thing. I find that the best friendships come out of that because you just really understand each other, and obviously you enjoy spending your free time doing those things, so it kind of just like adds up. So say yes to more things, reach out, and don't be afraid to like ask people to go for coffee or for drinks or whatever you want to do. And especially after this past year, I feel like people might be way more open to get to know new people. So just try your best. The next question is favorite condiment. It's not mayo. If you know, you know. My favorite is probably, I've been using my avocado lime cilantro dressing a lot. I use that in tacos. I use that like to dip things, chicken, on salads. It's very versatile, so I'd have to say that at the moment. Otherwise, ketchup girl for the most part, through and through. I think that's where I'm going to leave the questions for today, but thank you all for submitting, and I definitely want to do more of those in like vlogs and stuff, so stay tuned. Make sure you follow me on Instagram if you haven't done so already. I am going to finish off this makeup look because I feel like I've been here a really long time. I'm going to finish off with the Buxom White Russian full-on plumping lip cream. Wow, I was right. That's amazing. This is such a nice lip gloss, and I wanted something a little bit more like neutral. Obviously I did the very pink Charlotte Tilbury lip liner, but I think that this kind of just like evens it out and isn't like too nude for my skin tone. Can't forget about the last step because it's summer. I am going to set my makeup with the Benefit The Professional Super Setter. I have really been enjoying this. And here's the final look. I think it turned out so well, and while it is still color, I do think it is pretty wearable, and I'm sure we all have eyeshadow palettes lying around that have some really fun pops of color in them that we've never touched, so I hope this encouraged you to go play with some color. I just think it's really fun for the summer, and especially like a night out, I would definitely wear this going out for dinner and drinks and stuff. And like I said, it's a fun way to spice up if you're the kind of person that wears mostly neutrals or all black like myself for the most part. It's a fun way to add color. So I hope it encouraged you, and I hope you guys liked this video. Of course, if you did, give it a thumbs up because it really helps and supports my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day. Bye!